I just finished my first sweater, my first personal sweater with Imbue, so that's exciting. I'm wet blocking the fabric right now. What stands out to me about this yarn specifically is how soft it is. It's going to be a really nice sweater to wear next to skin. Yeah, it was just a really, really beautiful knitting experience. You can see it has a lot of little flecks of color from the heathering as well, some that are more subtle mixed together, and then these little neps of color that stick out, and different colors in the palette have different amount of that.
So the project that I've been working on in Imbue is actually a brioche project. So with a yarn that is as squishy and springy as this, I thought that putting it in a brioche project would be really awesome because brioche is also really springy and stretchy. And I was not disappointed. This fabric is so nice. So this is going to be the Oliveros cardigan, which was in a recent Pom Pom magazine publication. But you can see with this fabric, it's super stretchy, but it's also really squishy. Like I can just squeeze in here and it compresses, and then it bounces right back, which is really lovely. And that's all the merino in there. So for me, Imbue is like an ideal yarn. It's got tweed, it's got color, it's soft, and it will hold its shape, which is crucial, especially for garments.
So we have lots of beautiful fibers, but I think for me, the colors and the way this yarn has been dyed is what makes it unique among the Brooklyn Tweed yarns out so far. So this is Cloak, and I'm not really a red person. If you know me at all, you know I really gravitate towards all of the blues. But this red that has orange and yellow and black little flecks in it, and the second this came in, I just really wanted to knit with it, even though it's totally out of my normal color palette.
I think having a worsted weight yarn that is worsted spun, I kind of thought that it would be really dense and heavy to knit with, and it's really not at all. The 5-ply construction just makes it so round, and then when you block it out, it just becomes this really smooth fabric that is just a pleasure to wear.
It's a 20.7 micron count merino that feels incredibly soft next to skin. I think this is also a great yarn if you're on the fence in terms of wool, you know, feeling scratchy or itchy, and you want to try something that will absolutely prove that theory wrong. Imbue is a good try.
The things about Imbue that are different is that it has 5 plies, which makes textured knitting really nice. Even stockinette plain knitting is nice, but those extra plies just exemplify the yarn. If you're thinking about comfort food or comfort knitting, it's a size 7 or 8 needle and worsted weight yarn.
So what I am knitting is the first cardigan sweater, which is a pattern that we're going to be launching with Imbue. Just a nice basic cardigan, lots of room for customization. The color that I'm using is called Hummingbird, which I love. It's this really gorgeous green, but it's got flecks of bright yellow, teal, red, there's some black in there. And it's actually really unusual to see a worsted spun yarn made with heathered colorways, at least a US yarn. And it is 5 plies of this beautiful, really fine American Merino wool. So it is so soft and so springy and so squishy.